I'm going to be talking about some subtle and some not so subtle ways that you can realize that you have shifted. So, this video is just for fun. The truth is, the truth is I just ingested one of my own hairs. The truth is that our human brains perceive things linearly, and at the same time, we perceive things in a very fixed manner. Everything that happened yesterday led you to today. Everything that happens today will lead you to tomorrow. This is what our brain tells us. It's not true. I'm talking about here not a belief system that you can adopt, not just a fun idea. I'm talking about the literal fundamental basis of how we are interacting in this dimension of the universe. So, now that I got you all hyped up, I'm sure. Here are some ways that you can know that you are quantum shifting. And a way that we can think about quantum shifting, if you have not heard me talk about this before, or this is a new concept for you, essentially what this means is that every single moment you are shifting through a multitude of different versions of reality. So, at literally every single moment, this is how we can think about it. New reality, new reality, new reality, new reality. Every single word that I say, every single thing that I think, feel, maneuver, interact with in the world around me is literally, essentially me teleporting through infinite possibilities of different, let's call it Earths. A bunch of different planet Earths where I am Nathan, but all in slight different variations. Some of these can be very intense and drastic. Maybe in one I'm a girl. I don't know. So you're literally teleporting constantly and shifting through. Think of it as different freeze frames. If you think about a movie where there's like an old-fashioned movie with the film where it looks like the picture's moving, but if you stop, it's just a bunch of different images put together. That's literally how our universe works for us as well. We perceive it as moving, but it's all freeze frames of literal different realities. So this is literally how life works, and it's constantly happening. So this video is not about how to shift. You're literally doing it all the time. Go ahead and try not to shift, and you'll be shifting into a reality where you're trying not to shift. You feel me? So this video is not about how to shift. This video is about how to be aware and notice that it's happening. Why? It doesn't matter. It's just for fun. Like I said, this is just a cool thing. So one of the first ways that we can realize that we are shifting. Have you ever just been out walking around, having a thought, having a conversation with somebody, doing an activity, you're totally fixed into the activity, and then all of a sudden there's this epic space out. And there's just this weird feeling of almost like peace or silence, and you just feel this incredible urge to sit down, and then you just sit there and you wait. Has this ever happened to you? If you understand what I'm talking about, cool. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. It's like these moments where all of a sudden, no matter what's going on, it's just like total silence. Your brain goes totally flat. You stop thinking and you sit, and there's this feeling of waiting for something. Like something is happening, but you're not processing what it is. It's like it's almost like you are frozen, like the movie frame of you froze in time and is waiting for like the film to catch back up. This is the best way I can explain the feeling right now. Perhaps later I'll come up with a better way, but it will have been too late. So that's way number one. If you ever feel yourself just like all of a sudden completely grounded into a single spot, and you feel like you are going to just sit there and wait, like something's happening, like you're processing something, it's this interesting kind of weird dimensional feeling. I have a feeling that you will know what I'm talking about and that this will have happened to you before. This is the first way that we can know that we are shifting. And what's essentially taking place is your physical form has sat down and is frozen, and you are in the process of shifting through, again, infinite complexities of different realities, different dimensions of yourself. And essentially what's taking place is we may think, excuse me, Mr. Fly, I'm trying to make a video. Thank you. How rude. We think that this is us and that this is our person, right? Like, this is who I am. I'm Nathan. Wrong. I am being Nathan, but really, I'm the consciousness driving him, in a sense. He's my vehicle, right? The mind is not me. The thinking, that's Nathan. That's not actually me. We're all driving a vehicle that has a mind of its own. So what's taking place when that freeze frame kind of moment happens is your vehicle and their brain is being grounded, and the shifting that's taking place is being driven by the consciousness that you are. Now, I can't 100% tell you why this is happening or where you're going. I do have some personal beliefs of my own on this. I believe that we are all the exact same consciousness driving a bunch of different vehicles. And so I believe that based on my shifting and other people's shifting as well, I do have free will. I do have the choice with Nathan to do certain things. Sometimes I think the consciousness that I am decides that it wants to shift me into somewhere else, right? Like the master plan, the puppeteer, right? God. I believe that it is, in the sense, it's God, the universe, sitting you down and shifting you to a timeline that the ultimate consciousness that we all are is in, quote unquote, control of, is experiencing, is what I really mean. So just some, food for thought, essentially. This is just a cool topic. Like I said, this is just for fun. I believe maybe I'm supposed to interact with a person that I'm going to meet after that like weird freeze frame moment like 3 weeks in the future. And if I wasn't sat there for whatever reason, the butterfly effect, all these things wouldn't have put us in alignment because based on their shifting too. You see what I'm saying? I think some things are really meant for us, and sometimes the universe will sit your butt down and the consciousness will drive for a few moments and realign you with that version of reality. So that's the first way that we can tell. Second way is deja vu. Now, this one I'm going out on a limb from. Again, this video is for fun. If you guys have any thoughts about this or ways that you think you could tell if you're shifting, I would love to hear about it. I believe that our brains, our human minds, make connections to everything and connect everything together. We're constantly defining and giving meaning to things. So, just a casual deja vu type effect, of course my human mind is going to try and connect it. Oh, this is what it means. This is what it means, right? We're always doing this. I'm talking about a different kind of deja vu. Not just the kind where you decide that, wow, this has happened before, and then you start coming up with all these reasons. I'm talking about a different kind of deja vu where it's almost like a certain kind of deja vu where it's like you've stepped into a portal and then you kind of start tripping out. Now, what I mean by this is I've had moments of deja vu where it's like talking a conversation with my mom. Has this happened before? That's weird. I just have this weird feeling it's happened before. That's not the deja vu I'm talking about. I'm talking about this deja vu feeling where all of a sudden everything is just like, and it's like you're walking through a portal and there's other dimensions around you, and it's like you're on this conveyor belt loop, like stuck in a time warp. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's shifting. That's quantum shifting right there. Now, again, just like with the first one that I said, maybe I'm not explaining these the best. I do apologize. I've got a fragile human mind I'm working with here. So that's the second way. Now, the third way is when something new takes place in your life that is such a huge drastic change, where you literally become a different person in a very short period of time. For example, when my person made the decision to get a crystal, for example, got my first crystal, moldavite, instantly, I all of a sudden knew all these things about crystals and healing and energy. I knew all this metaphysical stuff within a week of having this, and I wasn't even researching. How does that make sense? How does it make sense that I had all that information when I had only been doing it for a week? It's quantum shifting, okay? I believe that there are, again, infinite complexities of different possibilities and realities, and certain things that we do when we make this choice shift us very intensely into a different grandiose version of reality. So I had gone from thinking I was going to be a musician who's going to like play music and play on stage to getting my first crystal and shifting into a new version of reality where, look, I'm making all these videos. I made a bunch of videos about crystals and stuff. You see what I'm saying? Because there's no future. and there's no past, and there's only right now, when you make a decision, you literally are changing the past and the future. So there are certain things that we do in our lives that it's like, basically think of it as a complete personality shift. When it happens so quickly and all of a sudden you have access to all this new information, you're getting all these downloads, however you want to explain it this way, this is a sign that you have drastically shifted. And this kind of shifting, for this example that I'm talking about, is a very powerful one because, again, we could be anything, you could do anything with your person, and we've got infinite realities that we could possibly shift through. You could literally do anything. There's nobody controlling you, I'm telling you. You could literally do anything. There's no walls. There's no limits. That being said, there are certain versions of reality where there are certain things about us that will be remaining the same in like the majority of all the different realities. So, for example, I really like the Grateful Dead. Okay, this is a band tattoo. I am telling you right now, that is true in almost every single alternate reality that I exist in. This is just something that I know. And it's because of the quantum shifting and the fact that I can see these reality shiftings taking place. So I'm trying to explain to you guys, there's just certain things that you know like this when you tap into it. So once you use these 3 things that I've shared with you and you start picking up on these things, just like anything in life, when you notice something and then you pay attention to it, you'll start to realize that it's happening much more often. It'll start to blossom around you. That's how another one of the ways that reality works. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the video here. But maybe actually I'll elaborate on that last one real quick. Yeah, new just came to me. The reason I mentioned the band thing and then I was talking about the crystals is there are certain things about us that are going to be fundamental pieces of your soul, your main vibration, right? So even though we can do an infinite amount of things with our person, there are certain things that are fundamental pieces of why we're here and what we're experiencing. So the second you make a choice that aligns you even slightly with your path, you will experience a huge quantum shift. That's why when I went to my first Grateful Dead concert, my entire life completely changed courses, like dramatically. Suddenly I was a completely different person thinking different thoughts. It was just one show, but I had aligned myself with a very close reality to the one that I am right now in this moment. So I hope that explanation there made a little bit more sense. So thank you guys for watching this video. This was fun to talk about. I'd love to chat with you guys about this in the comments if you feel like it. And because I make videos every single day, I hope you will join me for tomorrow at the exact same time. Have a good one.